Probably.
Yeah.
Hey, we are now streaming on YouTube, everybody.
All right. Where's Tim?
We are awaiting
Must
Tim,
have
Tim McKone, who's probably in his vehicle.
someone outside. In his what?
His vehicle. He has a.
Oh,
His office is now his vehicle.
I like that. I like that I'm sure it's very comfortable, not at all a problem for him.
Well, you must.
So I am just filling in for McKone until he gets here.
so wait, his TV job, he's in his car? That's just where his office is, or what?
He's in a car. Well, I know Marshall knows a little something about that.
Yes, well, so the last 2 weeks for my TV job, I've been in the studio. We're working on a 2 weeks in the studio, 2 weeks work from home. So I did my 2 weeks from home, and then I've done my 2 weeks in. So I'm getting ready for another 2 weeks here in the dog room. Very excited for that.
Okay.
I've turned my desk though, because before I had my desk pointing this way because there's a TV up there. But I've got these windows here, so I've decided I would rather just look out the windows. So I turned my desk pointing this way, so I can look at my neighbor right over there right now enjoying the fire in his backyard. Which is where, as soon as Tim gets here, I've borrowed a chainsaw. I'm chainsawing stuff today. I'm very excited for this. I'm going to be.
Whoa!
It's very exciting.
Wow! So you're gonna like save wood for the winter?
So I took a lot of really big limbs off my trees last year, and I have a space out back where I can just drag them. And I've decided I want to clean up that space a little bit. So I'm going to chop those limbs down. I've got a fire pit. I'm going to do it all.
That's cool.
Good
until Tim shows up. I mean, and I have to wait here until Tim shows up. So
now this is interesting. Do you think he fell asleep? Because I've done that before. Did like something happen? Now I'm concerned.
Well, let's see. When was the last time he texted something? Let's see. The last 1:32. So 1:32 is his last text.
It could be. He could be coming. What do you got on the? So I was not part of any show prep, but what do you guys got coming up? What are you going to do today?
I was up early today, and Kristen was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, here's what's on my mind." It had something to do with a naked guy that was running around in Beverly.
There was a guy who went streaking a few streets over this week, and that's where I usually go for my walks during lunch, just to get out and get some fresh air. And I saw on Facebook some guy was streaking in Marshall. I believe you tried to figure out what was happening because didn't you guys send helicopters over there or something? Because they were
so it came to us, the way we obviously the methodology of gathering news, a lot of it starts with either something on Twitter or scanner audio. And so it started out that there was somebody running around Beverly with a gun. And we're like,
what?
Well,
no, I didn't hear
let's go ahead and check this out. So I sent a ground camera, and our news helicopter is based in Beverly. It's at the Beverly airport. So I'm like, guys, just take off and head over to this street and let's see what we can find.
Yeah.
So by the time we got there, everything was over. And so we got there, there were some police cars on the street. So it was clear that something had happened, but we just, then my ground camera got there and he looked around and the police were gone by the time we got there. So we assumed it was, in fact, somebody running around with a gun. And they caught him and everything was done. So I tucked it all away and said, well, that's no story. And then I see Kristen's video on Facebook of this dude running. It wasn't my
video. I just reshared it.
Yeah, you shared it. Running down the street naked. And I checked the street and I'm like, wait a second, this was our scene. This was our report of a person with a gun. So I ended up finding the woman who posted the video, who took the video. I spoke with her. She talked to us. In the end, we didn't run the story, which makes me so sad because it was my favorite story of the week. But there's a little snapshot into how news gathering goes. We see, we hear something on the scanner. I see somebody share something on Facebook, and boom, we're off to the races.
Mm.
And by the way, I called the woman who posted the video on the phone, and she was the third person this week, and it's about that number every week, whose first response is, how'd you find me? And I'm like, oh, we can find anybody. So, like all these people who are concerned about, internet privacy and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I can find you. I can find you like this. I can find you.
Like the person who I saw it from on my Facebook wasn't even friends with this person, but if someone shares it, the next part, like it's just people, it gets around. And I think there were like over 10,000 views at the end of the day of this guy streaking like completely naked down the street. And he was fast. He was trying out for the NFL or something. I'm like, damn, like this guy's got wheels.
You know, that's something funny. Whenever you do see a naked person or a naked baby or naked something, they're always moving fast. You ever notice that? It's how they look a lot faster naked than they do clothed.
All right, ready, guys? I believe I can do this thing where I share my screen. Is Tim McKone here? Tim McKone's here, everybody.
Oh, just in time.
Did he make it?
Yeah, I hit the let him join now. There he is.
Oh, you're late for your headlines.
You thought you fell asleep.
Yes.
We're gonna dock your pay for this, Tim.
No. I'll say what happened on the. I'll save it.
Okay, save it.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this video with you. You all can enjoy that. Then I'm gonna leave and let you guys take over.
Perfect.
So let me. I haven't shared in a while, so it takes me a moment to remember how to share my screen. Here we go. Share screen. Yep, we're going to share this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes.
All right, here we go. You ready? Watch this guy. He's got great burst speed. He starts out a little slow.
Wow, 40-yard
And
dash.
look at that. Look at that burst speed after that. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
That's the stuff they talk about where it's like, you know what, after, you know, it might take 5 or 10 yards, but once he gets going, you're not gonna be able to stop him.
Right.
He was gone.
Yeah.
He's like Bowser on Mario Kart, right?
Right.
He's very slow to start, but once he gets going, you can't stop that guy.
Bowser.
That may be a reference that goes.
I like that Mario Kart reference.
All right, boys, I'm going to leave you.
So that was right by your house.
I'm going to leave you all to it. You all have fun.
Right.
Thank you, Marshall.
We'll see ya.
I was saying, Tim, how Kristen posted the video, and I was saying how whenever someone is naked, normally they're moving pretty fast, like a little baby, you know? Whenever someone is streaking, it's happening fast. No words, huh?
That was right by you, right, Kristen? Is my mic on?
Yeah,
What? Yeah, I guess it went over. I don't. Yeah.
All right. So McKone.
You're Tim's like freezing.
Yeah, he's probably, his service probably sucks. Hi, Tim. So you're late. I'd like an answer, but first I have a take. Oh, there he is. Luke Bryan sucks. I'm throwing that out there right off the bat. I'm watching the 4th round of whatever the round this is of the NFL draft today. And it's like, here we go. Here's Luke Bryan. And then he does like this PSA or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, keep on let it play, let it play, blah, 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 let it play. And I'm like, stop, make it stop. And I'm on Twitter and everyone else is saying the same damn thing. And then it's the country fans that are like, oh, the draft stinks. The draft stinks, but oh, Luke Bryan's here. He sucks out.
All right. I love country music. I am out on Luke Bryan too, though.
Thank you.
I am not a Luke Bryan guy at all. Like, people make fun of me for like bro country, and I might dabble in country music, but Luke's just a little too much for me. You know what, too? He's had some tough NFL performances. He did the halftime of the Thanksgiving Day for like a Cowboys game like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a tough performance. It was a tough performance, even in Dallas. Not exactly a lot of energy for that one.
Yeah. See, I Tim, we talk about country music all the time because I used to be a bigger country music fan a couple years ago. Now I'm kind of like sick of it. But the one guy my guy is Dierks Bentley. You know that. I love Dierks. You like Dierks. Luke, it's a little much sometimes. And I like him. I got nothing against him, but it's just, nah. Dierks.
So, Joe, I know you don't like country music, but there's this festival, Windy City Smokeout in Chicago, that my girlfriend's been to like 3 or 4 years in a row, and I've gone the last year, or I went last year, and we're going to go this year. It's probably going to cancel now, unfortunately, but what it is, is it's all country music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But then it's like 40 barbecue places from around the country that bring like the best barbecue from like each state pretty much. And so it's just country music, beer, and barbecue, and it is phenomenal. And Dierks Bentley was supposed to headline it this year, so I'm like devastated because I'm with you. I love Dierks, and that now I think it's gonna get canceled. But Joe, if you don't like country,
you know what?
If I brought you to that, Joe, all of a sudden, yeah, you know what? Absolute hater. I'd bring you to that festival. You'd be in cowboy boots and Daisy Dukes by Sunday.
Are there other 300-pound men in Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots? No, right? No. The answer is no.
They're not. No.
Hey, while we're on that, while we're on that, doesn't it suck that we're gonna? I mean, listen, I understand what's going on in the world, but was this supposed to be the greatest like music summer in Boston?
Why? Who was supposed to come here?
Well, there was the Rage Against the Machine was like, what's that called? The hell's that thing called that they have every year?
Boston Calling.
Yeah, but Boston Calling was like Rage Against the Machine hasn't played.
I think Foo Fighters too, right?
Yeah, but Rage hasn't been together in 25 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rage, Foo Fighters, and then we had we had we have Motley Crue, right? Remember that show?
See, I love Def Leppard. I'm into all the 80s hair bands and stuff. Motley Crue was the worst concert I ever saw. Like, I saw Motley.
Wait, really?
I saw Motley Crue the first time maybe in like 2013 with Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was great. And then my friend who grew up, listening to Motley Crue, she never saw them. I was like, oh, they were great when I first saw them. Tommy Lee's doing this crazy drum solo, like out over the crowd, like his drum set. It was wild. And the second time we saw them with, no. The first time I saw them, it was with Kiss. The second time I saw them, it was with Alice Cooper. And the second time, Vince Neil was horrible. I mean, I go to Vegas and like California for Def Leppard. Like I'll travel for Def Leppard.
Yeah, but like we also
on that Fenway show. I'm not even going. I don't want to.
Yeah, but what about like Green Day, Weezer, like all those bands are going to play? Yeah, they were all going to play at Fenway.
Really?
For one of those other shows. This was supposed to be a great summer for music, and it looks like it's
you know what? I'm a huge concert guy. I haven't been to Mansfield in like 2 summers though, just because of the parking situation there. Like getting out after concerts is
you guys want
brutal.
The trick?
So I haven't done that. What is it?
Pay to park in that first parking lot.
It is worth it.
It's $40. There's a trail right in, and they let those people out. That's why you can't get out of the free lot, because you pay to get out first.
And you get out fast. $40 is 1,000% worth it if that gets you out.
I mean, you do it at a
actually. I like the venue.
I do too. It's too far though for us, Joe.
If you ever get a chance, I know you said far. If you ever get a chance, you guys like the Lakes region, like what a you got to go to Guilford, New Hampshire.
I like that venue.
It's like 30 or 40 miles away from there, maybe not even 30, 40 minutes. I saw Snoop Dogg there, and it was like the best show because it was so intimate. You know what I mean? It reminded me of Candy Bee Lake with like a concert venue. It was that good.
I am sour on Snoop Dogg. We talked about this, and you said it was like a really great show. And I saw him a couple months ago at the House of Blues, and that same night he was sitting courtside at the Celtics Lakers.
I remember.
He's got Warren G coming out at like
I remember
30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm ready to go. And like all these no-name rappers open up, and I'm like, who are these people? Just like, and he's sitting there courtside. I'm like, are you gonna come over here or what? I mean, we're all waiting for you.
I was gonna say, it was so Snoop. I love because he played every collab he's ever done.
Oh, it sucked. And I saw him at a club out in Vegas, and he was great when he was spinning. When he was DJ Snoopadelic, whatever his name is, he was great DJing at the club. But I'll never go to another rap, because I saw 50 Cent too 2 months ago or a couple months ago at that new place outside the Garden. What's that place called?
Banners or the new yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was terrible too. He comes out at 11:30 and wasn't even out for 30 minutes.
Wow. So McKone, what happened? What happened? Were you? I was waiting for the NBC 10. Like that's your office now, but You know what's funny?
That is, yeah.
So I know where you live now, but I don't know like where. But I feel like that window behind you. I feel like I know where you are because I've looked at apartments in that area.
There is a Dunkin' Donuts like right behind this window
I know
right now. So you know where the Dunkin'?
Dude, I've looked
right
at
down
that apartment you're in. I've looked at before.
No doubt. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no doubt. You know exactly where I am because you brought it up before. Yeah. No, I tell Joe and he's like, "Oh, the KFC and the Dunkin' right and like the Speedway right there." He's like, "Yeah, no, he knows like the back of his hand." So yeah, I'm here. I'm not in the thing, but this is what happened this week, and this is why I had issues logging in, is because I was on a Zoom on Tuesday night. We played. Do you guys ever play Codenames? That game, Codenames, before?
No, never heard of it.
No, it's a good game. You can play it online. And so I was playing that on Tuesday night, and then I put my AirPods in my pocket, and then Wednesday morning I threw them in the wash, and so they're like not connecting, and they like one's like 75%. This one's kind of like working, kind of not, and they weren't connecting, and so I was trying to figure that out, and that's why I was late.
That's probably why you're connected.
I'm an idiot. I washed my AirPods that I've had for like a month, and is it bad?
I'd give it
my
like
connection sucks.
I would say poor to quite poor.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Wait,
no. Felger would have kicked you off a long time ago.
No, Tim, you would fall from the 3rd round to the 5th round.
3rd round's way too high of a grade for me to start out with. There's no doubt about that. I did not get a combine invite.
No, okay. But at least you were a Saturday. You're going to be picked on Saturday. We just didn't know if it was going to be at noon or a little bit further. I guess it's going to be a little bit further. So Kristen,
I'm going to jump off and then
try again.
I'm going to jump off and I'm going to log back in.
Okay.
Right.
Kristen, you are out on the. Oh, you haven't watched any of the draft at all.
I haven't watched a single second, to be honest with you. I used to watch years ago, and I used to go to draft day parties that, local, like I would go to Vince Wilfork's draft day party, all that. Like it was, loved all of it, loved it. But now I'm just kind of wait and see at the beginning of the season. Let's see what these players look like at training camp. What are you gonna? It's like, oh yeah, great pick. Really? Well, we don't know yet, so I don't need to. I'll check on social media and see what we got, and be like, all right, cool. And just whatever, carry on. I'm gonna sit there.
I've watched every round, I think.
Oh, I can't do it.
I think I've watched every pick, but what else am I gonna do?
Anymore.
What else can I do?
I mean, I finished watching Big Little Lies on
Hulu. Oh, Tim, are you caught up on Big Little Lies at all?
I've never
Wait, did you watch
it? Never seen it.
I like the song for the show, Kristen.
Did you with Reese because there's another one with like little fires. There's a lot of like Big Little, like a lot of
this is like Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, right?
Nicole Kidman, Meryl Streep. Yeah.
Meryl Streep is evil.
Yeah, she was psycho, I thought. Yeah, I just finished that. It took like 2 days.
And Reese Witherspoon's a little risque.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but
yeah, I know. I don't want to spoil anything, but Tim,
I know Tim's on edge right now.
Big Little Lies, you and the girlfriend, just you can knock it out. I bet you in a day.
Oh yeah, easy.
I'm deep in Ozark game right now, and then I'm also just started the what is it? The Outsider on HBO with Jason Bateman. Those are the two I'm going with right now. Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched Dirty John?
No.
Love the I love the podcast and the show. I love both of them. Yeah.
I was in on the show.
I'll tell you what, the woman is borderline crazier than Dirty John is for taking him back as many times as she did.
No shit. And then the daughter,
crazy.
God. Oh, you'd like that one, Kristen, I think.
What's it about though?
A guy who I can't spoil it.
Dirty John.
Yeah, it's about a guy who meets a woman and they get engaged or married fast. Engaged or married. I forget which one.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil too much, but he ends up being he's a con artist.
Yeah.
And so then she has to try to and there's plenty of signs, and she just keeps burying her head in the sand, and then it just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating.
Yeah, and he does fucked up shit to her kids, and I'm out on that.
Yeah.
Once you mess up with the kids, that's it. So Kristen hasn't watched the draft. She doesn't care. Tim, have you watched the draft?
I nerd out on the NBA draft is honestly my favorite day in the sporting calendar, and then the NFL draft is right behind that. I love drafts. I love them. You were fighting the good fight this week on Zolak and Bertrand sticking up for the draft because I'm all in on it. I don't know how you can't not like the draft. It's so good.
Those assholes, and I'm calling them assholes. Those guys took a giant dump on the draft. And after a while, they could tell I was pissed. And they were just like, nope, the draft sucks. But Hardy made a really good point, though. Yeah, with the fourth pick with the Giants selected offensive tackle. Whoa. And I was like, oh, jeez. And it happened. And I was like, oh, man. And then the Patriots traded back, and like that was it.
Oh man, yeah, no, it was tough to come back the next day and be like, yeah, they traded out of their picks. But I actually like it. Classic Patriots, by the way, and I wasn't, I'm not as into the NFL draft as I am the NBA draft. But when they were like Division II safety, and I guess the kid's an athletic freak, but I was like, did they really just pull another like Jordan Richards or who was it, Tavon Wilson, who they didn't even have like video highlights of when they drafted them and stuff? Yeah.
Well, the star of the Patriots draft is Bill Belichick's dog, Nike. Like, that, like, I just watched I shared a video at Joey Murr if you want to watch it. But he's like this, husky dog.
So I looked it up. It's like they're miniature huskies. They're Alaskan somethings, and they grow to be like 20 pounds. It's great. It's great. Great.
One eye's blue and one eye's brown. But he wanted to call it Jack, and they ended up on Nike. I don't know how.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Well, you did see. I sent that picture of Ernie Adams, right? And he's got framed photos of nothing. There's like 3 behind him, and they're framed, and it's just a white nothing. It's just a blank white sheet of paper.
So that's interesting. So I was napping when you sent that. If you look at the phone again, I texted Patino back, and I got nothing from you guys. I thought the guy in the middle was Rick Pitino.
Oh no. Like,
no, doesn't the guy look like that guy looks like Rick Pitino?
It's just like white frame, like nothing.
Like, the funny thing was, right? You're talking about like Ernie Adams, and I'm just like, is that fucking Pitino? Like, I just so I all right. So you missed the draft, and maybe Tim, you could hop in on some of the stuff. Of course, Andy Reid had a fat guy Hawaiian shirt because that's just that's how he rolls.
I'm a big Hawaiian shirt guy too, by the way. I love the Hawaiian shirt.
Dude.
Yeah, super comfortable.
Oh, by the way, PSA, new Kowloon shirt with a long sleeve with a hoodie. I've been telling Andy that he's got to get those tiki shirt, the one from the tiki bar. Like,
yes,
they're like Hawaiian shirts, but they say dude, I would buy like 50 of those. Just get them
perfect.
Triple X or higher, But anyways, yeah. So what's going on at Mike Vrabel's house?
Oh yeah, the Suns, and I don't even know what the hell. I mean, again, I saw the stuff on social media. I didn't see it live, so. But
do you think before it happened, he goes, okay, you stand here, you stand here, and then we're gonna get a picture of a guy taking his shit with the door open?
Yeah. Hey, it was a tough look. Yeah,
it's funny. I thought so there were betting odds on this stuff. Like, would you see a cat? Would you see a dog? Like, more than 2 dogs, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so at one point I see Vrabel with dip in his mouth. And then a pick happens and I see a guy smoking a cigarette. I'm like, oh, we need a bong. Like, we need a fucking giant bong or someone smoking a joint or something. I'm still waiting on that. We got a couple more rounds here to see if that pulls up. Jerry Jones was on a yacht, all fucking whited out yacht. And he gets
$250 million.
$250 million. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Did you check out the girlfriend that the dude's got the 2 phones? He's on one of them. She goes to grab the other. Give me that phone. She tried to look at his phone while he was
not having it. He was not having it. Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, you know what? The other thing with her is, like, he's now on the Cowboys. Like, she ain't gonna say shit, right? Because he could be like, see you later.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. By the way, I mean, his reaction answers any question that you had about what's on the phone. Like if he's grabbing the phone back that fast, I mean, that pretty much tells you that what the worst case scenario is exactly what's on that phone. Yeah.
Did you see? So, Kristen, if you missed all this, Cliff Kingsbury was flexing on everybody with this like awesome house in this like sick backyard with a fire. He's just flexing, hey, here's my house. The one cool thing I thought was that dude Becton that got drafted. He's like 6'8", 350 pounds. His dad was bigger. Like his dad was bigger.
Unit.
Stromile Swift, was it Stromile Swift? Not Stromile Swift. He's a basketball player, right?
Stromile Swift was the number 2 pick in the 2000 draft. Yeah.
Swift, his dad was a power lifter, and they were talking about him the whole time. Anyways, Roger Goodell sucks, and I don't know how you guys feel. All right, so we're on Zoom, okay? How do you guys feel about these Zoom? Are you guys enjoying Zoom?
I mean, I've been used to Zoom because I use it for my job when you have meetings with people in different states or even countries sometimes, wherever they're based out of. So I'm used to it. I haven't been using it to talk to friends. It's more FaceTime. But I don't know. It's all right.
Anybody had any Zoom parties?
Yeah.
This is yeah.
Oh, Kristen, you dressed up one night.
What?
You dressed up one night, and I thought we were having like a Zoom costume party or something.
Oh, well, no, that was for the cruise that I would be on right now. It's my theme night outfits that I wore last week. Yeah.
All right, let's get this out.
You decided not to go on the cruise? What's up with that? You decided not to pull the trigger on that?
It got canceled.
So are we all in agreement that like everything during this pandemic, we've all had something canceled?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, like I was supposed to go to WrestleMania, that didn't happen. Kristen was supposed to go on a cruise.
We were gonna go up to Quebec for like 4 nights, and that obviously they closed the border, so that didn't happen. Yeah. The Zoom thing though, Joe. Real quick, when you were talking about Goodell being stiff, I know I'm bringing it back like 3 things ago. I know being on TV is awkward, and you're probably used to it because you're on radio all the time, but like you did some stuff for like NBC, and like you just kind of like the key is to like try to act normal even though it's not a normal situation having a camera in your face. You would think a guy like Goodell would be used to it. He's so stiff, it's unbelievable. And then like him trying to act normal, like is sitting in the chair yesterday and trying to pretend like, oh, what's up guys, didn't see you there. He's the worst. He's the worst.
That sucks.
He's the worst. Yeah.
And so the reason why I bring up the Zoom meetings is, you know how like fans always boo whenever they see Roger Goodell. So he was like in his basement, but they put these like monitors behind him. And so they like have Zoom meetings of every team, like cheering or booing or like whatever. And like he's like, playing to the crowd, like, yeah, let's hear it. Like whatever. It was stupid. And then when the Chargers came up, they couldn't fill all the windows for Chargers fans. They couldn't get enough. They couldn't like get enough of the people in the window there. But yeah, you're right about Goodell. Like he looks pink, right?
Yeah.
He looks like the Pink Panther.
He does, and he's just like, again, like when he's like staring at the Zoom, like you said, and then he turns around and he's acting like, oh, I didn't even know like you guys were like here. Anyways, the pick it's just so fake. He's just so fake. It's the worst.
Well, you said that he looked stiff. You're in your own home, like you should be comfortable and loose and relaxed. Like and
then at one point he's like, and this is the chair I like to watch my NFL football in. And then he starts sitting in the chair the whole time. You're like, all right, dude, whatever. Yeah.
So I mentioned that I got the Kowloon merch. It sounds like some of you guys are upset with the Tom Brady merch that's been going on.
It's not the merch. It's the new, like, it's all the different logos and trademarks that he's putting out there now. Like, just stick to TB12. What else do you need? Like, it's too much. Like, I don't know. It's that, and just his social media posts now. It's like, I don't know.
I'm pissed that I didn't like trademark some stuff. Like I kept saying Tampa 2, because of the Tampa 2 defense.
But like, why does he need it. TB12, boom, done.
So when the Worcester Red Sox got floated out that could happen like 2 years ago, my buddy's dad, actually Stuhl Greeny, the guy the Celtics writer for Barstool, his dad bought like Worcester Red Sox and WooSox.com for like $19 or whatever, and then flipped it, like you said. And then he sold it to him and he made like a few $1,000s off of it. So like to your point, yeah, we should have gotten in front of this. Should have realized Tampa was it and then just gone after like all those trademarks. Yeah.
Like Tampa Bay. What about Gronka Bay?
Yeah.
We get
just
that?
jump on that.
What else we could come up with? But you're right about the Tom Brady thing though. Like he needed Tom Terrific. He like he really needs fucking Tom Terrific. You know?
Such
Not
a
even
good
that
point.
good of a nickname.
You know what else too
not.
is like I think he trademarked like 199 too or something.
Why?
'cause he was
Why? Like we get it. Like I don't know why that's necessary.
Like, all right, I'm fine with Gronk and Brady playing together. Like, whatever, and it's the coach's fault, right? But like the thing for me now is I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for them. In like some odd way, I like want them to go to the worst franchise ever, and like kill shit, and have it be like, man, these like really were the dudes that like got the championships. You know what I mean? Instead of going there and they suck, and it's like, haha, Belichick was right again. You know?
No, I'm with you. I want them to do well. I want Brady and Gronk to light it up. I really do. I'm a Brady guy. I know it's been annoying, and it's been a weird week for him when he walks in the wrong house, and then he also gets kicked out of the park and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope they tear it up in Tampa Bay.
No, I'm not rooting against them. I just thought originally when it was just Tom going down there. I get it. Like he wants to continue to play. I wanted him to stay in New England. The Patriots didn't really want him, so he should continue to play if he wants to keep playing. Like I would have kept him until 45. Like he's done so much. I wanted him to stay here and retire Patriot. And I'm fully on board rooting for him in Tampa Bay and, Patriots first. But then I don't know, like the whole Gronk thing kind of rubbed me the wrong way just because you disappear for a year. You screw the Patriots last year, but be like, oh, am I going to come back? Am I not? Am I this? Am I that? And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go down to Tampa now. Like, and is it really was Belichick really that bad? I don't know. I mean, he was at the beach party. They were getting along. They're all chummy and rubbing elbows, having fun. So, I mean, was it really that bad in New England that you couldn't come play last year? I mean, I don't know.
I just don't think he would have came back. Like if Brady went to the Bucs, if Brady went to the Bucs and the Pats are like, yeah, you can come back. Like I don't think he would have played here. I think playing with Tom Brady and like they're probably going to be like the best, one of the best duos in history when it's all said and done. But one thing on Gronk though, I do think that like he sucked at WWE. Like he tried.
That's the other thing. He really couldn't find anything. That,
And like, is this going to hurt him now? Like, remember if you watched Rocky tried to do commercials and he sucked. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to do this. I got to go back on the rig. Like, that's going to be Gronk now. Like when he's done, is anyone going to actually like be like, yeah, let's bring Gronk in? I think he might have burned his chance.
Well, no, and it happens with those athletes, right? Because like it's names like guys like even like Tiki Barber. Remember, he was supposed to be like the next big thing, and like Jerome Bettis. And then once they actually get there, and you're like, they're not as good as what we thought they are. Like you said, Joe. Like once you kind of blow those first couple opportunities, Ray Lewis. Remember, Ray Lewis was supposed to be like the guy at ESPN, and it's kind of like, well, once you're not actually like as good as we thought you were, like you kind of aren't. You're not going to have that same value.
I will say it was weird because I know like. Gronk wanted to do the WWE thing, and it's too bad that actually like the one time he tried to go out and hype up, was it Mojo Riley there? It's an empty audience. So you really can't get a feel for how good he could be at doing that type of thing because, all this stuff is happening right now. So, maybe he didn't really get a real opportunity for that, but.
That's what I'm saying. I think that he, I just think in general, he wasn't successful and all of a sudden he was like, I got to go back to this because I suck at everything.
Got nothing else to do. Yeah.
People are saying that the Patriots pick is coming up. I don't want to talk about it.
They're 2 away, and my guy Jake Fromm is still on the board.
I don't want to talk sports. You know why? Because like I want to talk about cooking shows.
Cooking shows. Oh.
Okay. So this pandemic that's happening.
Yeah.
I've tried to be creative a little bit. I'm doing a daily podcast to keep my sanity. I haven't drank coffee in over 40 days.
That's crazy to me.
Oh,
I am addicted to caffeine. I can't not have it. Whether it's energy drinks or coffee, like I have to have at least 2 to 3 a day. Yeah.
see, like coffee doesn't do anything for me. I don't get like a boost of energy or anything. It's just more of like a routine. Like I'm gonna make a cup of coffee or go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's like a comfort thing, and
Yeah.
it doesn't really do anything. But I still have coffee. Like
Dude, all right. So I like Trenta French vanilla iced coffee with just cream. And then I'd sometimes get a blueberry muffin, and I would always be, dude. I was putting money on, the app, Kristen, that you finally told me about.
Yep.
I do a drive-through now. I just hand them my phone, and boom. Well, it became a habit. Like, let's get up in the morning, and then shit, I need another buzz around noon. On the way home, I'm gonna need a buzz to drive home. So I was up to 2 or 3 a day, guys.
Whew.
And I haven't had that in at least 40 days. And
How do you feel? Do you feel better?
My clothes fit. I did laundry. Dude, I've gone to the barrel. Like, what can I do? That's pretty much what I've done at this point.
Yeah.
So like I have this downstairs room with all this clothes that was just in laundry baskets. And I just threw them all in the wash and whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, this shirt. Wow. Like, like I have like 19 WrestleMania shirts. I didn't realize that. Anyways, but they all fit. And it's definitely, I think, because of the coffee. And like 40 days, I don't miss it now. I don't know if I'm going to go back.
Like almost like when if you cut out soda out of your diet, alcohol.
That's another thing. No soda either.
That. You don't think, but stuff like that. Yeah.
I've only done
soda's huge.
Diet and seltzer. That's it. And the best diet drink, Diet Dr. Pepper.
A good Diet Coke, man. It's tough to beat. Yeah. I like Diet Coke more than regular Coke, and but no, soda's huge. Like if you drop soda from your diet, it's makes all the difference. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't really drink soda. I'll have like ginger ale, but
I love
water.
Ginger ale's my downfall. I don't know whether it's Canada Dry or Schweppes or Seagram's.
Schweppes.
I drink it with my alcohol, like SoCo ginger, like all day. That was, I had to give it up. I had to give it all up, man. And no, I actually feel great, but I think my body went into ketosis and made me sick. Like I was like, do I have the Rona? Like, oh man, what's going on with me? And then like, no, I just my stomach. So, my body is fiending for coffee. It's like we need coffee. So I can only understand. But anyways, I've been watching these shows. Like how people make fun of Guy Fieri. I love them. I love Guy Fieri because he's always like, wow, like whatever. But dude, there's this show. You got to check it out if you like food. Girl Meets Farm.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yes,
it's good,
dude. It's this like these people from like North Dakota, and they own a farm, and the husband's out on the farm all day getting shit and cooking shit. I mean, finding shit, and then she's just there like, all right, tonight I'm gonna make this, and like I watch it, I'm like, let's do it, let's go make it right now,
So Molly is a classically trained musician, cookbook author, and blogger who has given up the streets of New York City to bring viewers her home on Sugar Beet Farm in the Midwest to dazzle them with her obsession with food.
It's so good. And then there's another one too where Bettinelli or whatever her name is, who was married to
Valerie Bertinelli.
Yeah, she's good too.
Yeah.
But anyways, have you guys done any cooking while on pandemic?
Yes.
I can make a mean breakfast, but like my dinner game was really lacking. I've tried to step that up. So I made like chicken parm last week, which I was very excited about.
Questions.
Yeah.
Did you beat the chicken?
Yeah. I did the whole thing.
You beat the shit.
Yeah, the bread. My own breadcrumbs.
What'd you use for the breadcrumbs?
Trader Joe's breadcrumbs, and then like flour, and then like and then eggs. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Hey, which I thought I was way out over my skis. I think it's all about confidence in the kitchen, man. That's what I'm learning. It's all about confidence.
It's the ingredients. That's what it's about. Real quick, in a pinch. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
The fat guy recommendation. In a pinch, if you ever can't find breadcrumbs, right? Crush up a bunch of Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. That's pretty good.
So good and so bad at the same time. But anyway, yeah. And what'd you do for pasta? Did you do pasta?
Yeah. Yep.
What's your guys' go-to pasta?
I'm a ziti guy. I like ziti.
Me too. I'm more.
Did you see the guy eating the spaghetti?
Chicken broccoli ziti.
The guy eating the spaghetti and then was cutting it, so like he couldn't get it out of his shirt. He eats spaghetti with one hand and cuts
with the scissors. Yeah, with the scissors.
So I'm a big fusilli guy.
Ooh.
I like fusilli, but it's got to be homemade, and I'm not really making it. I actually have a pasta maker in our house.
Really?
How often do you break that out?
It's been out a couple of times, but I'm not the one who does it.
I was gonna say that seems like that's a little too much for me to sit there and make my own pasta.
My other favorite pasta is cavatappi's. You know, the little like noodle, whatever.
Your way. I like shells and ziti. I'm very basic. I'm basic.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple too.
What about you, Kristen? Are you a chef connoisseur?
Not really. I mean, I just started cooking when I moved out, so I have to kind of make my own meals now. I was spoiled living at home, but so I'm definitely taking the time now to learn how to cook. I made some flatbread pizza last night with some zucchini and tomato, and it's funny. The meals that I've been making through that HelloFresh stuff, where they send you the meals in the bag and you just cook it all. You cook up everything, but the stuff that I've learned to appreciate is like stuff like rosemary and scallions and like these little spices you don't think make a difference, but they do when you're actually making the stuff. I'm like, oh, I could use some of this, or I could use a little bit of that. Like you don't realize it, but that's what makes it. All those little flavors. But
okay, I just want to throw this out here. I don't want to talk sports, but then we're going to. The Patriots had a chance to select Jake Fromm, and they took a fucking kicker.
Well, I mean,
I was a Fromm guy too. I'm bummed by that. Kicker out of Marshall, Justin Rohrwasser.
Yeah. Say that name again.
Justin Rohrwasser. Yeah. See, this is what weekend headlines, guys.
Justin Rohrwasser. Ooh. Wow. Rohrwasser.
I tweeted out. I said in the first round when Goodell butchered it and was like, the 2020 draft is coming to Vegas. I was like, that's a weekend headlines guy move right there. The way he just butchered that. I saw draft. The NHL draft is sneaky my least favorite time because we were always doing headlines during that, and it's all of these guys you've never heard of before from like Finland. I had no idea how to pronounce their names.
Dude,
I'm like,
you ever do that? Or you ever do that around Howie?
Terrifying.
No,
you know what? My first ever Bruins shift to do Bruins intermissions. Nobody really told me like what to do or like how to do anything. So like at the end of it, you're supposed to do this very specific tagline. That way, at that time it was Gauche and Bob Beers and all those guys knew like you were done, and they would throw the commercial because that's what they do at the end of it. No one told me that or that it was supposed to be timed. So I did like a 2.5-minute headline in pregame, and then at the end of it, I was like, and this is Tim McKone, da, 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 da. And I just stopped, and then there was like dead air for 10 seconds. And so then I get off and I go into the control room, and Howie was at the guard, and I just hear like, what the hell? Who the hell is that? I totally screwed up pregame because I went like 2.5 minutes. It was supposed to be like a 60-second thing. I screwed up the whole thing. It was so bad. That was my introduction to Howie. I was like, Howie.
Yeah, he's a great guy. It's just he gets in the zone. But I told him, hey, if you can give me any pointers, don't be afraid to tell me. And he wasn't. You're gonna appreciate this one, Tim. Justin Rohrwasser. Guess where he went to school before Marshall?
Where?
Rhode Island.
URI? I'll tell you what, URI's got a couple wide receivers here that might go. It'll be their first pick since 1986, I believe it is. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for.
I think you got yourself a story.
There we go. I love it.
I typed in his name and I saw Rhode Island Athletics. Unless there's another Justin Roeder, is there?
I got to be honest. I don't know if that. Yeah, we'll see. I can't believe they just took a kicker in the 5th round and Jake Fromm is still there.
He's just sitting just sitting there, right? Is that am I making a pun? He's just sitting there. Anyways, what else is going on these days? I had what do you guys think about the Patriots jerseys?
Doesn't really do much.
Yeah, I like a 7, no, 6.8, a 6.8 out of 10. Yeah.
I don't think it's really like much of a drastic change though. It's kind of the same. I don't know, just the stripes really. That's the stripes on the shoulders that really stick out. But
I think the white is ugly.
No, I hear you. I love and I guess the reason they can't do it is because the helmet, you have to have only one helmet, and that's why they can't do the Pat the Patriot like red throwbacks. But I love those. The ones that they were wearing like 2009 and like 2010 for a little bit. I would love if they brought those back, but I don't know. We'll see. Joe, you put it in the rundown here. What was your question about going to the movies?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Thank you. So drive-ins are becoming very big going on in other countries right now, and obviously with everything happening in the world, go pull up your car and stay in the car, and you don't have to associate with anybody else. It's great.
I love that. I'd go there before I go to a movie theater. I don't really like to go to the movie theater to begin with, but I'll go to a drive-thru. I think the closest one is in Mendon, though, wherever that is.
Yeah, there's one in Leicester, and there's actually a dispensary right next door.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to double dip, you can go through Worcester. You can go to Worcester, right? You can have a nice lunch at the Boynton or somewhere like that, and then you can keep on heading down towards Leicester and stop at the dispensary, then pull in and go to the Leicester drive-in.
Yeah, there's one off of 146 too. Kristen, I'm the exact opposite of you. One of my favorite things is going to the movies alone on like a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, I love it. Can't get enough of it. And it's like just me and some like 85-year-old in there. Crush it. I love it.
You sneak in snacks? What do you sneak?
I don't sneak in. I ball out at the yeah.
So you buy
and I pay like the amount of money I spend on food is probably 3 times the amount of the actual ticket. But I love it. As Joe would say, I'm in on going to the movies by myself.
All right.
Yeah.
Couple of things here. I used to go up to Wares Beach up in Laconia area, and there was a drive-in there, dude. And like I legitimately tailgated. I forget what movie I saw.
That's awesome.
It was great. Tailgated, drinking. I was hanging out with like other people in New Hampshire. There were fireworks going on. It was fucking great. And what happens is you go to a station, and then you turn it up, and that's how you hear it. So in your speakers of your car is what you what you hear. But
go to one.
But like, dude, in the 50s, like, you ever watch like Grease and shit? Like, that's all everybody did. Like, I'd love to hang out, or like, I don't know, we could like sneak McKone in the back, like put him in the tailgate and put like a blanket over him.
Yeah.
And then he just busts out with coolers and a fucking grill. Like,
I think that I'd be so in on drive-ins.
So I don't go to the movies that often anymore. Like I went and saw Star Wars this year because it was like, whatever, and I got to pick my. It's fine, but I went to go pick my seat or whatever, and then I saw Uncut Gems at the one in Danvers. You know that one, Kristen, the mall one, dude. I had to. So how it works is you put your order in with a kiosk, and then you wait in line for the food. I'm out on that. I want popcorn and a slush and like whatever, and I want them to make it all on the fly while I wait.
I'm with you. Give me the old experience. It's getting too much. Even like the pick your own seat and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of. I just want to get my popcorn.
Pick your own seat's incredible. You don't like that?
No, I like the old school ones. I like the older movie theaters.
You want to walk in and be surprised at your selection. Be like, "Oh, should we sit up here? Oh, what about over?"
Ooh,
yeah, because then here's my issue. There are some people that don't follow the pick your own seat, even if they pick your own seat, and then you have to have the awkward conversation and be like, I think you're in my seat, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah.
Kim's old school.
Yeah.
But anyways, the prices at these movie theaters, thank God we don't have kids, because like that shit's expensive, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I don't even know who goes on dates anymore to the movies. Like, oh, hey, let's go first time. Let's go to a movie. I don't want to fucking sit next to somebody who I barely who won't even talk to me at a movie, But anyways, there
Yeah.
might be those people that you do want to hang out with and not talk to them and have them treat you to a movie. But the way to go is Lux now because you can like get dinner and all that shit at the same time. So like, that's the fun part of it.
See, I'm kind of with you on that being like a first or second or third date. That's kind of awkward to me because like you can't talk to the person for 2 hours. Like that goes. I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. Like if you're an
You're sitting
established
in
couple,
silence.
that's fine. But if it's like a first or second date, then you're just gonna sit there and not talk for 2 hours. Like that kind of defeats the purpose of what you're trying to do here. I don't really get it. No.
First date should probably be coffee or a drink.
I think drinks. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because one will loosen you up.
Yeah.
But then if you want to get out of there quick too, you're like, you know what, I have other plans.
That's why you don't commit to dinner. It's just drinks. Let's grab drinks. Yeah, that way if you need to
how
pull
it goes, and then
if you need to
the
pull the
next
shoot, you
time.
can.
Yeah. Hey, this was great. We should hang out again. We should do dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always like pull a move. Like, hey, do you want to go to a Red Sox game? I've done that before. First date, Red Sox game.
See, that's better than a movie though, because at that time you're actually talking and
but
you can have beers and stuff.
But then you get to see them out in public and how they yell in public. And it's either you like her or you're out.
Or you're like, get me out of here. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm taking an Uber home. So yeah. Anyways, so what was the last thing? Oh, the Jordan documentary. Did you guys watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't think it was. Everyone was worried. Everyone was saying, "Oh, Michael Jordan's gonna look an a-hole." This, that. I thought he looked fine so far. I mean, it's still the first episode, but the first week. But tomorrow should be.
I need Dennis Rodman in my life.
Where's Dennis?
I think it's this. I think his episode is this weekend. I think it's either the third or the fourth one. I guess is like the Rodman one. So I'm very excited for that too. Yeah.
Carmen
Electra. Good
I
for
know.
him. Good for him.
He went through a bunch. He like what a character though. Like, and he so I heard the Toucher and Rich interview with the guy who did and he said that he only had 10 minutes and then he ended up giving him 3 hours. And he said, but most of it was talking about Kim Jong-un, which by the way, is there a report? I don't know. Well, actually, I don't want to talk politics.
He might be a vegetable. That's the latest report. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that anyways. No. So the Weekenders is something that's happening every weekend here. This is the second show in a row where I have talked little to no sports.
That's the way to do it though right now, right? Like, I don't know, don't force it. There's plenty to talk about that aren't sports, because really outside of the draft and like you said, it's fun to watch and stuff, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna break down the kicker from URI? Like, I'm all set.
Hey, I mean, there's your new story. I'm going to the Kowloon later today. I'm gonna get takeout and I'm gonna have a social distancing luncheon with my friend. So I'm gonna be in one car and then they're gonna be in the other car and we're gonna like chat through the windows.
There you go.
Have you been getting the like the Scorpion Bowl mix and stuff like that? How's that stuff there at the Kowloon?
Today will be my first day.
Nice. It looks awesome. The mixes look they look really good.
I love sugar.
I'm going to dive in here on Kowloon Talk.
Oh.
Because it was my daughter's 16th birthday yesterday.
Well, happy birthday.
And all she wanted was her permit. Not going to happen. The RMV is closed. And Kowloon for dinner. And so our good friend Andy and his brother, they hooked up Maggie with a lovely birthday dinner. I got a hoodie, much like yours, Joe, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I literally wore it when Andy gave it to me to make sure it fit, and I haven't worn it since. She took it as soon as I got home. And so indeed, when I came home last night, she had her Kowloon hoodie on and she got her Kowloon food for her birthday. And there you go, all Kowloon all the time. So 100% endorser of the Kowloon, unpaid endorser of the Kowloon.
Things are going to sell out quick, I'm telling you.
I do like that long sleeve that you got on there. But
it makes me look and feel skinnier too.
I'm not, right?
Exactly. I'm not even sucking it in.
Those are sweet. I gotta get one of those. I like them.
Nice.
Well, I guess that's it, guys.
Great.
What's for dinner?
Kowloon leftovers?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know yet. Maybe I'll do takeout from somewhere local around here.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the Chinese now that you brought up the Kowloon. I got to be honest. Yeah.
Ooh, what's your go-to plate, Tim?
Around here, cause normally it's the Kowloon.
No, like what's
I love
like
it,
pork
but
fried rice, like General Gao.
I could eat 50 Peking ravioli, no problem. Peking
Oh, there we
ravioli are
go.
phenomenal. Yeah. Yep.
That's the way.
Yeah. As long as I have Peking ravioli, I'm happy. That's all I need.
I'm a crab rangoon guy.
Yeah.
Mm. Crab rangoon. The poo-poo platter. Just give me,
Just give it all to me.
rangoon, teriyaki, rice. Whatever. Let me pick a little bit of everything.
All right. Well, this has been another edition of the Weekenders. Thank you to Marshall Hook for his our technical director today, helping.
Yeah, thanks, Marshall.
Tim McKone
Don't
made
forget, we're back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Me, Ted Johnson, and Billy Lanny making his Weekenders debut tomorrow.
Nice.
Great
All right.
lineup. All right.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturdays.
You too.
Joe, what do you have coming up this week?
We have Marshall Hook on Thursday, Adam Kaufman on Wednesday.
Nice.
We have Christian Arcand on Tuesday, Monday Will Brinson, CBS Sports, and Friday former Bruins goalie Andrew Raycroft.
Speaking of Adam Kaufman, I expect him to make his Weekenders debut next week. So he's going to be dipping his toes into his old playing grounds here as well.
And I'm looking forward to joining Joe for Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Coronas will be flowing, my friends.
Yes.
Nice.
I might get some Mexican mix ready to go.
Yes. Right.
All right, everybody.
All right.
All right. See you guys.